There we are. That also showing the vertical too? Oh, hell yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, sick. Sparsh, what's going on, Sparsh? Give me 2 seconds. Just trying to get this stream set up here. I got it set up in vertical mode too. So I have it set up in both horizontal and vertical mode, which seems to be good. Let me hit go live on TikTok. PLTR update. Check out Hood. Yeah, we can do Hood update. PLTR. Yeah, we can do that. Let me go live on TikTok real quick. I got it set up in vertical now, which is kind of cool. So now I can do vertical format, which is nice. What's up, Nick? What's going on? Is that M Drake? What's going on, M Drake? I got this set up on YouTube now for both vertical and horizontal. That's cool. I don't know if the vertical is working. I have no idea if the audio is working, but it seems to be fine. I think. I hope. I really don't know. I'm testing it out. It said go live on YouTube. It said broadcast stream in like vertical too. So I don't know. Seems like it's going well. So we'll see. But I don't have my it doesn't give me the camera up there. It just gives me the verticalized version. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Gonzalez, what's going on? Yeah, we can look at Bitcoin for sure. We can look at. Are you using paid version of trading videos? Trading paid, you mean paid version of Trading View, I'm assuming? No, so Trading View, I don't have the paid version. I just have the free version of Trading View. I think that's what you mean. Can you tell PLTR will go down or upside? I have short PLTR. Yeah, we can do PLTR. We'll start with that. We'll start with Bitcoin, then we'll go to PLTR because there's probably going to be a lot of questions on Bitcoin, I'd imagine. Evening, good afternoon. What's up, Mike? Is that canceled BY YouTube? Canceled by YouTube? Oh, that makes sense. What's going on? Evening, good evening, good evening. Good afternoon, y'all. Yeah, I'll flip the screen in a second. I always like to. I got a haircut today, so I want to show it off. I want to show my haircut off. I don't look like a caveman anymore, so I'm excited about that. Finally got a haircut after a while. What's up, Ahmed? How are you? Hi, bro. What's going on? Looking fly, my friend. I appreciate that. I was looking like a caveman. Like you know when you get to the point where your hair starts like twirling up into your ears, not in your ears, but like have that twirl effect by your ears. I was pissing me off, so I finally got a haircut. I feel a lot better. Love from India. Is that mindset therapy? What's going on? Love from India. I don't know if Gus is in here. He's in the UK, so he wait. What time is it in India? What time is it right now? Isn't it like 3-4 in the morning? That's crazy. Sui? Yeah, we can do Sui. Bought some Neo this morning, thank you. Yeah, Neo had a good pop this morning. I think 9% or something like that. What do you think about Sui? I like Sui. We can go into Sui. Thanks for the Neo. Absolutely. Are you in the UK? No, I'm in the United States. There's this guy named Gus that's in the YouTube, and he's from the UK. So I don't know if he's in there or not. What up, Bluebird? What's going on? Yes, 4 a.m. Shout out to India in the chat, being up at 4 a.m. Shout out to India. Let me flip my screen here so we can look at Bitcoin. What's your target on Sui? I'll do that as well. Yeah, it's 11:30 there because what UK is 5 hours ahead. Yeah, so that makes sense. Let me flip my camera here. Oh, didn't work. That's awkward. Let me do that. Okay, I'm flipping the camera now. So. All right, we always start with Bitcoin. That's how we do the stream. We always start with Bitcoin. We'll take a look at Sui. We'll take a look at PLTR, and we'll also look at Hood as well. So let's go through those. Just make sure I get all the. Will Neo drop a little more, or will it be up from now? I can look at Neo as well. We can do Neo as well. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, let's go to Bitcoin first, and then we can go to PLTR because Mindset Therapy had a question about PLTR, and then we can go to Sui, and then we can kind of evaluate some of those. Hello from the UK, Nick. Great haircut. Thank you, Roro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, for those of you guys that are in the Discord, did the integration work? I set up the Discord notification. Did you guys get a notification that I was live? Did that work? Finally, you got one. Shut up. I needed one bad. For those of you that are in the Discord, did it work? Yep, it worked. Okay, cool. Yes. Okay, perfect. Is your Discord free? It is. Yeah. It's free. Yep. Okay, perfect. I don't know. I forget who had mentioned to set up I can't remember what Discord notification. It was super easy. I literally just signed into the website with my Discord, and then I signed in with YouTube, and then it just sent the notification right to Discord. It was perfect. How do I join? I have a link. It depends on which social you're on. If you're on TikTok, obviously, because I'm seeing your comment. The comment here. If you go to my TikTok bio, there's my Linktree account is in my bio, and then if you hit that, it'll have the Discord link in there. So you'd be able to click that and then join the Discord. We got about 100 members in the Discord now. Got a pretty good active community. Working on, finally broke 500 TikTok subscribers. Yeah, we finally hit 500 today, so that's awesome. Super excited about that. Super grateful. We're almost at 10,000 on TikTok, which I still can't believe is even true, because I remember streaming back in the beginning of January, and I think I was at 2,500 followers on TikTok, and then now we're at 10,000. So when you put your passion into something you love, I guess you get the benefit of it. Okay, so those are all the announcements for today. Discord is in the link in my bio. If you want to join, feel free to join. It's a free to join Discord. We got about 100 members, so feel free to join that. Okay, now let's go into Discord. What's up, Adri? How are you? From Las Vegas. Ooh, what up? Is that Luis? Am I saying that correctly? Luis, what's going on from Las Vegas? We got a lot of, we got UK covered. We got UK, we got India, we got, obviously for me, Georgia, we got Las Vegas. We got everything covered. There was a guy I was messaging on Instagram in my DMs. He had some questions to one of our community members. He is from Kenya. So we got a lot of different countries covered, which is awesome. And Kuwait too. There was another one from Kuwait. So community stretches far and wide. As far as Bitcoin right now, again, nothing's really changed for me. I mean, YouTube subscribers, I need a drink. Yeah, 500 YouTube. I think at 1,000, if we get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers, we'll do like a bourbon or a wine Wednesday or something. We'll do something to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. We got Indiana. Okay, sparse from it. My wife's family's from Indiana. We got Calgary, Alberta. So we got Canada up in here. Jeez, we got everything. Hold on, hold on. Can you do SPY shorter time frame? Yeah, we can do that for sure. Chicago, throw a follow if you haven't already. Road to 10K followers. What up, Patrick? How about X and Instagram? Yeah, so all my socials are in the link in the bio. So my bio has like everything. I have my Discord, my bio, like all that stuff. I put all the socials in there. San Diego, fuck yeah, we got the West Coast covered, the Midwest. We got countries. I mean, this is cool. Yeah, so no real updates on my Bitcoin chart right now. The key invalidation that I'm waiting for is this level up here, $72,026. What I do think is happening, because on the lower time frame on this structure here and then this structure here, they both consist of a 5-wave move on the lower time frame. I can show you, I think the 3-hour shows it the best, but both of these moves are 5-wave moves, which, you know, it could be a zigzag formation, meaning this is corrective, where we have an A wave, a B wave, and then a C wave. But from what I can tell, we have this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then this A, B, C structure, and then this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and then obviously price has come back with this corrective movement here that has invalidated this being a 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. So the only other structures that are available that fit that thought process is this being a wave 1, a wave 2, and then this is actually an extended third wave, meaning this is a 1, 2, and then we should get a 3, 4, 5. Let me draw that on the chart so you can see what I mean. Or it's an ABC wave, which would be just a pain in the fucking ass, because then we'd correct more. But realistically, the invalidation level that I'm paying attention to is 72,000, and $26. So this is that level right there. I don't know why I can't get TradingView to put whatever line I have there, unless there's a setting that I have to put. Visibility, text, coordinates. It's $72,026. That's where it's at. So this level right here is my invalidation, meaning this would be a wave 1, a wave 2, and then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me draw that out on the chart so you can see what I mean. Let me zoom out here a little bit. But that's the key invalidation level. If price decides to pump above that, then it would invalidate this structure that I'm about to draw. So we have this being the wave 1. We have this being the wave 2. The wave 3 down here, then 4, 5. Let me clean this up and I'll change the color so it's more visible. So this being the 3, the 4, and then the 5. And then this wave right here, you would have a smaller subwave being this is the 1, the 2, 3, 4, and a 5 of 3. That's the only way that this will fit, because this wave 2 here has already pumped past this wave 1, so this can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The only other way for it to be that way is a wave 1, 2, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my high probability next setup, given the structure, is waiting for a drop here for the 3 followed by 4, 5. The next target on that would be, given that if this was the bottom, would be 57,000. So the next target on that would be about 57K at the 1.618. So that's what I think's developing. Again, this could also be an A wave, a B wave, and then a C wave. And then we get an A, B, C to the upside. So let me clean up some of this chart and I'll show you what I mean. This is scenario 1 that I'm tracking, which seems to be accurate until proven otherwise. If price decides to come above $72,026, it would invalidate this entire structure. And I'm about to draw scenario number 2, which is also a valid scenario if we were to invalidate $72,026. Let me move this so you can see what I mean. And then let me get this out of the way. So that's scenario 1. Scenario 2 is, this is an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. And then we have another A, B, C to the upside. And then we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that for me would be the next option, because until we complete this drop, structure is not finished. So we could get a structure developing like this. So let me move this out of the way. Essentially, this would be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. Let me change that to yellow. And then we would get another A wave, B wave, C wave, and then this wave 4 would move over here. And then from there, we would get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the 2 scenarios that I'm tracking next. The key invalidation level being the starting point up here at $72,026, which if price pumps above that, then for me, it would be an A, B, C to the upside, and then we would get the drop. So that would just mean the correction prolongs, and then we, have to wait for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drop. The reason why I say we have to wait for that is not my opinion. It's just based on the structure. Well, I guess it is my opinion, but it's also due to the structure. So when you look at, let me move this back here. So when you look at this whole structure for the wave 5 being, this is the wave 4 up here, and then this is the drop 5. In order to complete an impulsive wave to the downside, aka this whole move, it needs to consist of 5 waves, which right now we have a 1, a 2, a 3, this choppy 4, and then we're waiting for the 5th. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for here. So until that happens, we're just in corrective mode, and essentially we'll just have one huge corrective structure that looks like this. I was doing it yesterday just to, for shits and giggles, but we would have this being the W, ABC, the X, and then you'd have ABC. Now you'd have the ABC here, the ABC down here, and then you would have the Z up here. So it would just be a huge complex corrective movement, which is basically all that it means is just a corrective 4. And then this wave 4 would pump out over here, and this would turn into a WXYZ or WXYXZ formation, which would just be a super complex corrective structure. Let me move this out so you can see what I mean here. So with inside of this W, X, Y, X, Z structure, you get 3 waves inside of 3 waves. So you get an A, B, C for the W, an A, B, C for the X, an A, B, C for the Y, an A, B, C for the X, and then another A, B, C for the Z. So that's possible, which would just prolong the correction, and then we would have to wait for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down. That for me would be scenario 2. And then scenario 1, which is what we just covered, is, let me draw it again, is this being the wave 1, 2, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an ABC, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's essentially the 2 scenarios I'm tracking: an extended 5th leg or further correction on the table. So that's kind of what's next for Bitcoin until price action suggests otherwise. We're about to get the monthly close. Yeah, we are. I think what's the monthly close in 1 hour? And you can tell on the monthly close, I mean, it's a huge, you can tell, right? You had a big pump up and then we're kind of dropping now. You can tell like we had a big drop. So again, something I also talk about too is, where's the Forex factory? Obviously we have what's going on in the development of the we're about to get the monthly 20 minutes, I thought. Is it 20 minutes? On mine, I'm showing 1 hour and 20 for the monthly close, unless I'm wrong. I thought it was 1 hour 20. Maybe I'm wrong. Something like that. It's coming in soon. Needless to say, it's coming in soon. But you got to remember, we're obviously having developments in the U.S.-Iran war. Peace talks are being had, which is driving some of this pump up. But you also got to factor in there's some economic data coming out tomorrow. We're going to have non-farm payroll, core retail sales, and ISM, which typically drives more volatility. So this, I don't know how to do it on TradingView, but there's another guy I follow, and the Clarity Act too, which is coming around the corner. So that I think they're going to prolong that thing. There's already so much discussions about that, but we have a lot of economic data coming out tomorrow. We have basically 3 different things coming out, which will drive volatility. And then Thursday rather, we have unemployment claims. And then Friday, we have unemployment rate and non-farm employment change. So those are a lot of different things we have to factor in for this week. And I do follow this other guy who tracks order books, and a lot of this move up is a lot of just long trades coming in, not spot buying. It's mainly just leverage trades coming in. So it can be very deceiving as far as this price action goes, and that's why I'm just being patient and waiting. So until further notice, I'm expecting downside. Okay, so that's Bitcoin with the 2 different scenarios. Right, spot has been pretty low. Yeah, spot's been pretty low. I don't know how to throw it on TradingView. I think there's an indicator that shows like spot buying versus leverage trading and open interest. I don't know how to get it on here, but when I figure it out, I'll do that. My thing is, I think we'll get the bottom in here again, 60 to 50K with this drop. We'll get probably the Clarity Act passing, maybe close to that time frame, or maybe after. The war probably ends. We get more, certainty in the market, and then we rip. So that for me is what's next with Bitcoin. Let's go to PLTR because that was another one we wanted to look at. PLTR. So on PLTR, let me show you the monthly first. I know we covered this. Sorry, there was someone calling me. I had to ignore that because I am on stream. We can do MSTR too. I need to keep a list of all the requests because PLTR was first, then we're going to do SUI, and then I can't remember what was that. I'm missing a lot of these comments in TikTok. My apologies, guys. Let me scroll back before we go to PLTR. Okay. So either way, we're going to 60 to 50K, just a matter of when. I mean, that's my next target is 60 to 50K. Any bullish? Yeah, there's some bullish stuff. I mean, right now is a great, for me, again, not financial advice, just my personal opinion. The buying opportunities that are presented right now in crypto, for those of you that might have said, well, I missed crypto, I missed the run. I didn't make what I wanted to make. Now's the time to buy, in my opinion. Prices are so low. You're at such a deep discount. Obviously, don't blindly throw shit at meme coins. Do some research and actually look into the project. Does it have fundamentals behind it? Does it have, real world application? Is it, doing things? But the buying opportunities presenting right now are phenomenal. And if you're scared to buy right now, I'm sorry, I can't help you. You know, that's just something you have to deal with yourself. But if you're trying to get into crypto because you missed the 2020 cycle and you missed the 2017 cycle, now's the time to do it when everyone's scared and cryptos are down 98%. You just got to buy and wait. Don't have a short-term time horizon. You buy now, you can make a nice 5 to 10x, maybe even 20x on some of these tokens. So that's my spiel. That's my opinion, but totally up to you. Are you in short or long this day? I'm not really like a day trader, so I'm more of a spot investor as opposed to a day trader. So for me, like price movements like this are more just intraday stuff, and I wait for my I wait for my targets to be hit. I mean, me personally, there's a lot of buying opportunities. Is that Big Ange? What's up? What's up, Big Ange? I think for me, like, now's the time to do it. Obviously, like, not financial advice, but I'm buying right now. I picked up Circle. I picked up Neo. I'm waiting on MSTR. I'm waiting on BMNR, SBET. Gonna buy some more crypto here soon. I already have a pretty decent portfolio that I filled up in 2022, so I'm just sitting on that and looking to add. But there's some cryptos right now that have had big explosive moves, and they're ready. They're ready. So with PLTR, I do have this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave movement. We're in the ABC corrective now. I was talking about this for a good amount of time on stream, saying, hey, you know, upside on PLTR is limited. We should expect downside. So far, we've retraced to the 0.382, which is my first buying zone. So when I evaluate a stock or a crypto, what's up, Ephraim? What's going on? When I evaluate a stock or a crypto, I don't try to time the bottom to a perfect amount. I try to leverage in and dollar cost in at key levels. These are my key levels, the 0.382 to the 0.618. So when after a 5-wave move, I identify on the monthly, I identify PLTR has a 5-wave move. I wait for a pullback. And what I do is I wait for a pullback on PLTR to these key levels. So after the 5-wave move, we start getting the pullback. As soon as we hit the 0.382, that for me triggers a buy. As soon as we hit the 0.5, that triggers a buy. As soon as we hit the 0.618, that triggers a buy. And on smaller market cap, high volatility tokens, sometimes you also get a retrace down to the 0.786, which also would be a buy. So I layer in as price is declining at these key levels. And then what I do next is I wait for this being the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get an ABC pullback, and then I wait for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to my next key levels at the top. So I sell a little bit at the 1, I sell a little bit at the 1.618, a little bit at the 2, a little bit at the 2.618. So just as I layer in, I also layer out, so I don't try to time the talk perfectly, but it's a great opportunity to buy at a discount and then sell at a premium. If you abided by that for PLTR, say you bought this dip to the 0.382, you're already buying at a 38% discount. If you wait to the 0.5, a 48. If you wait to the 0.618, a 60%. And then say you leveraged in and your cost average is somewhere here, the next target is, you know, 300% gain from your current price. So I never try to time things perfectly to a T. I just layer in. I'll give you still a fair time to jump into Neo. I mean, me personally, I like it. We can jump to the chart on the smaller time frame and I can show you. But PLTR is interesting. So I'll show you why. So not only did we get a decline to the 0.382 to like the absolute perfect T, we had an A, B, C movement right to the 0.382, and then we bounced off of it. However, we got a rejection at the 0.236, which could fuel something like this. We could have this being an A wave, a B wave, C wave. Then we have this being an ABC, and then this, you know, ABC down. That's why layering in is better than trying to time it to the perfect dollar amount. But we are seeing some sort of reaction here on the daily. I can't really tell if this looks impulsive or not. Like, we just kind of have this move up and then this ABC down. If price was to decline lower than this level right here, for me, that means the correction's not done. So if price decides to go A and then, or this would be an ABC, and then that would be an A wave, then you get an A, B, C, B wave. and then an ABC wave. That for me would signal that the correction is still due and we should have one more drop. So for me, PLTR is in an interesting position. It could be starting the next impulsive trend, but it also could be starting a further decline. Based on the price action, it's hard to tell right now. We've only had a shallow decline to the 0.32. These levels are not off the table, but we had a nice bounce off the 0.382, which is a good sign. Michael Burry has publicly published his analysis. It's like PLTR will go to till 46, but your analysis is great. As per me, it's short. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, if you go to 46, 46 would be a huge decline. It's not off the table. That would just be down to the 0.786. You know, that would be a huge decline on this, which is not off the table, right? You had a huge explosive move on PLTR to the upside. The key levels I'd be paying attention to are these levels here. But you could also get a decline to the 0.5. Everyone's waiting for this decline here, and then you get the next impulsive wave off the low. So that's why timing bottoms is tricky and I'll say risky with a caveat, because I'll show you an example. I like to pull up Hood because it's a really clean chart. So with Robinhood, for example, I've been talking about Robinhood for a while now, back at, beginning of February when we were up at, I don't know, I think we were like $85 or something. I said we should probably come down to the $63 range just based on the structure. But you can see price came down, came up, and then has come down more to the 0.618, which is a deep dollar discount for Robinhood. But I'll show you two examples of why sometimes waiting to, like, if you don't layer in at these levels, it can bring a little bit of risk because you might FOMO in. I'll show you an example. So with this wave one typically pulls, why is that extending? Hold on. Wave one typically pulls back to between the 0.5 and 0.618. That's typical. And where did we get a pullback to? Right to the 0.618. We had a wave one, a wave two, and then the wave three next. I think this one's not a good example, actually. Looking at it, I think we have double pullbacks to the 0.618. But I'll show you an example of where that doesn't happen. On SPY, it doesn't. But this next one, it pulled back to... let me remove this. It pulled back to the 0.618 again and then ripped up. But on SPY, if you look at this one on the monthly chart, we have a 5-wave move on SPY. And I'll show you why layering in at zones is important, and that's why it's part of my strategy. So this is a 5-wave move, and we're expecting a pullback for SPY. Now, if you would have said, hey, let me buy, at this wave one on the pullback two to get in. Well, look where it pulled back to. The 0.382, it didn't go down to the 0.5, it didn't go down to the 0.618. So if you were waiting for this price to go down to the 0.618 to buy, you would have missed it, and you would have missed this entire move. And you probably would have said, oh, wait, price is reversing, I need to get in. You probably would have bought above the all-time high here, and you would have, not had a great entry. You wouldn't have capitalized on the gain if you would have layered in at the 0.382. Now, look what happens next on the wave four. Why is that doing that? On the wave four, we had a different outcome. So on the wave four, we had a retrace down. It's right here. We had a retrace. No. Right there. So we had a retrace down to basically the 0.5, right? On this wave four. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I put it at the wrong spot. My bad. So on the wave four, we had this retrace here. On this wave four, we pulled all the way back to the 618 right here. And if you only buy at the 0.382 and don't layer in, you would have had to buy at 530, but then price would have kept declining to 484. Yeah, you would have made a profit to ride it up, but you wouldn't have lowered your cost average and made your entry that much better. So for me, layering in between these levels is what I do. That's part of my strategy. Buy and hold, yeah. Buy and hold, absolutely. Barry said, dude, no. Grant said, no what? Okay, so let me scroll down here and scroll. I missed a bunch of these comments, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'm scrolling up. Hold on. Do you look at RSI when analyzing? I don't. No, so I don't use any other indicators. Your Neo prediction is spot on. Thanks for that. Absolutely. Yeah, Neo did pretty well today. For SPY, or maybe that was PLTR. I mean, my next target on PLTR is... give me a second. My next target on PLTR is 450. That's my next target. Again, that can change depending on where this price action goes. If we pull down to the 0.618, that would reduce it to 400. If we pull down to the 0.786, that would reduce it to 373. But from the current standpoint of a bottom being in, 452 is my next target on PLTR. But again, dollar cost averaging and not trying to time the bottoms is your greatest friend. What's that chart using? So this like interface right here is called TradingView. It's like a free interface that you can use to basically like look at stocks, look at cryptos, really look at any asset. So you just pull up this little search bar and you can search up anything from stocks to futures, forex, crypto, indices, bonds, anything you want. It's for free. Obviously you get the ads every now and then, but it's not, you get it like once every 10 minutes. It's not that big of a deal. This for me is just the best user interface. I love TradingView. How many waves typically go down? Yeah, so the way that Elliott Wave Theory works is you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement up and then an ABC, and then you get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement up. And you can see this across longer time frames and smaller time frames. So it's fractal, meaning you can see it on any time frame. It doesn't just happen on monthly. It doesn't just happen on weekly. It doesn't just happen on daily. I'll show you an example on one that's really clean, that's easy to show. So on Robinhood, on the weekly chart, I'll show you what I mean. So on Robinhood, we have this big move, right? We have this entire 5-wave move on Robinhood. We have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5-wave move. But if you look at the wave 1 itself, we also have a 5-wave move. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with an ABC 2. Then you have a 5-wave moving up for the 3, an ABC for the 4, and then a 5-wave moving up for the 5, and then an ABC down. So it happens on all time frames. And in order for waves to count, you need to have a 5-wave move in wave 1, a 5-wave move in wave 3, and a 5-wave move in wave 5. This being the larger wave 1, followed by the larger wave 2, and then you get a larger wave 3. So it's almost like the movie Inception. Let me see. Meta. Yeah, I did a video on Meta the other day. Meta to me looks... Oh, no. Wait. I did not forget. We have to do SUI. I said we were going to do SUI because someone in the chat had asked for SUI a while ago. So that is my apologies. But SUI is looking pretty good from a wave count perspective. We've had already this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here on the weekly chart for SUI. So this being the wave 5 up, and then this being the A, B, and then C wave down. For me, I do have one more leg lower on SUI, probably towards maybe 70 cents, somewhere in that region, like 70 to maybe 80 to 70 cents. With Bitcoin going down, I do see a lot of altcoins going down as well. Like that's just what's on the table for altcoins. So whenever we get a pullback on Bitcoin, we'll have some lower on altcoins. But my next target on SUI is $8.70 is my base case target. Again, just as I layer in on the way down, I also layer in on the way up. So really at all these targets right here, I'll be taking profits. What up, Drew? What's going on? What's going on? But yeah, I'll be layering out at these ones because I want to capture profits, but I also don't. I want to keep some on the table if this thing goes even further, because you can have extended waves where the base case target for the wave 3 is at the 1.618, but you can also extend and get something that looks like this that just shoots through your target. So I like to take some profits as these things hit and then leave some dry powder in there to see if it extends and, you know, capitalize on more gains. So that's sort of my strategy as a whole. So is Hood going up now from here? I mean, from a From a correctional standpoint, yeah, I mean, Robinhood fulfilled all the rules. Again, I don't try to time market bottoms. It's not really like it's not as easy to time market bottoms. For me, it's about buying positions at an undervalued price and then holding and waiting to your targets. So I don't try to time it and like wait until the perfect entry. I layer in, hold the position. Like I'll give you an example of one I've started to pick up here. So Circle is one. It's on my watch list here. I already started to pick up Circle on the smaller time frame. These are daily candles because there's not that like with price action on Circle, like you don't really have that much price action to go off of on it. But we've had a really big impulse off of these lows back in February. So we had a strong move up. I think that was like over 100% move. I want to say. Yeah, we had 175% move off of the low. So big impulsive wave on the daily time frame. Let me zoom in here a little bit so you can see this a little bit clearer. Let me actually reduce this to... So, actually, let me just move this to the side. There we go. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we've had this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 wave up with this corrective pullback. For me, I started to layer in at Circle, so I had a limit order set at $100.39. I had a limit order set at $93. I also have another limit order set at about $83. So I've already bought twice of Circle. I bought at the 103. I bought at 93. I'm waiting till 82 if we see that. If not, I'm in the trade. And if we reverse, I'm satisfied because I'm already in the trade. But I'm layering into Circle based on the structure. So that's one that I've been taking advantage of. Not trying to time the bottom perfectly. We had this huge liquidation candle here, straight into the 0.382. And then we kind of popped up and then declined a little bit more. But I bought here, I bought a little bit here, and then I'm waiting for here. If we get here, I'll buy some more. If we get down here, I'll buy some more. And then my next target on Circle is, give me a second. If this is the bottom, for example, if we come down lower, obviously that changes it, but I'm already in the trade, so I'm just holding to target. My next target on Circle, I realize I need to make this white so you can see this. The next target on Circle for me is 228. So that's my next target for the wave 3. Obviously, we can overshoot that, but this being the wave 1, the wave 2, the wave 3 to about 228, then we'll get a 4 and then a 5. That's kind of what's next for Circle. So I'm already in Circle. I think my cost average is right around 94 or 95, somewhere around there. So I'm in around $95. When doing Elliott Wave, do you need to go on a smaller time frame to see the 5-wave move within a 3-wave, within a wave 3? 15 watching is serious business. I switched Drew. I actually added as part like YouTube Studio. You can add in a like it'll cross stream. Oh, what's up, Yo-Yo on Twitch? Sorry about that. I didn't see that comment. What about Z-Trans 12% pump today? We can look at that. Why he not read Twitch? Sorry, it was off to the side. My apologies. I'll start reading that. I can go to that as well. If you're still on there, I hope you're still on there. I hope you didn't leave. But there's a way to crop it on YouTube Studio where it'll simultaneously broadcast in horizontal format, but at the same time it'll have vertical format. So I'm doing both, which seems to be driving up a little bit of viewership, which is nice. But this is kind of what's next for Circle. And on Circle, I'll answer your question in a second, Ryan. What's next on Circle is this 5-wave move, and then we'll get an ABC pullback, and then another 5-wave move to the upside. So I might take some profits after this 5-wave move completes, wait for the 2, add again, and then wait for this next, big 5-wave move up. So this is just the start of Circle's 5-wave move. This is a wave 1 of a smaller wave 1, a wave 2 of a smaller wave 1. This being the larger wave 1 here, the larger wave 2 here, and then you'll have a larger wave 3 here. So Circle for me has got a lot of room to run. But with that being said, that's one I am picking up. Neo is another one I added as well. So that's kind of how I do it. You know, I layer in at certain fib levels instead of trying to time bottoms perfectly. What about Robinhood? We just did Robinhood. I do think that we pulled down to the 0.618 almost to a T, and then $300 is my next target. What was the other one? Oh, doing Elliott Wave Theory, do you need to go on a smaller time frame? So it's fractal, meaning you can see it on all time frames. The reason I did the daily on Circle is because there's not much price action on it. Like you can see, right? There's only what, a year's worth of price action, so you're not going to see big, like on the monthly, you're just not going to have enough price action to do it. But if you go to like SPY, for example, something with long price action, like when you look at the monthly, you're going to be able to see, you know, a 5-way movement on the monthly because it has a lot more price action. What was the other? Z-Trans? What is Z-Trans? Is that a crypto? Z-Trans? That's got to be a oh, Zcash. Zcash. I think there was a lot of other people asking about Zcash too, so we can do Zcash. Which was the chart we looked at before? Is this the one? Oh yeah. All right, yeah, we can get an update on Zcash actually. Let's get an update on that. So this, yeah, there we go. So for Zcash, I had the wave 1 here, the 2, the 3, and then I was expecting a pullback 4, and then a final wave 5. Let's get an update on where we are at with Zcash, because we were looking at this before. So it obviously invalidated my wave 1 here, so that's not a strong start. But nonetheless, we still look like we're in... Yeah, last time we looked at Zcash, there it was. Last time we looked at Zcash, this was the 1, 2, 3. We were waiting for a pullback 4 and 5. However, price obviously has declined lower than... But it could be a 1, 2 developing. This being a 1, 2, 1, ABC 2, and then the wave 3's next. But honestly, I would just wait it out on Zcash because... let me see. What have we pulled down to so far? Let me move some of this shit out the way. So this for me was the wave 4. Yep, that's right. And then the wave 2 is here. And then, yeah, so I mean, we're already at a deep discount for this wave 4 on Zcash. These are the weekly candles. So this being the wave 1, the wave 2, the impulse to wave 3, wave 4, and I was expecting one more leg up for Zcash to complete the wave 5. I can't, what was my price target on it was, I think, 1,000. Yeah, it was $1,000 for Zcash was my next target. So this being the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we should expect a wave 5 up to about 1,000. That was my next target on Zcash. I don't personally own it. I think for me, at these, you can trade the wave 5. I will say, you can trade the wave 5. The theory, the way that you work, that, and I'm not making it up either. I'll get the book. Hold on, let me find it. So there's a book here. It tells you which waves you can trade. Where is that one? Where are we at? Yeah, 1 and 3. That's what we were going to trade. There we are. I'm trying to find it in here. There's like certain rules where it's like you can only trade the wave 3 and the wave 5. That was it. So you can still trade this. I just, for me, there's probably better risk to, I mean, this is what? What's the price right now? 248 to 1,000. Not bad. It's just you're running the risk of this being the 1, 2, 3, and then maybe you get a further decline 4, and then you get the wave 5. But nonetheless, wave 5 is next based on the structure. Let me scroll back up here. Could you check out SCI? Yeah, there was a couple questions about SCI. We can do SCI. I saw that earlier on. Yeah, SCI was in there. What's the average time to wait on a trade? I mean, it just depends. I mean, for me, since I use larger time frames, I'm on the monthly and the weekly, so, you know, it's going to take time for these things to develop. I don't day trade. I don't really know that many people. I don't know of anyone that actually is profitable day trading, if I'm being honest. Like, trading on those smaller time frames, it's tough. It's tough, man. I mean, there's probably people that are profitable, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know if there's actually people that are profitable. For me, I'm more of a long-term investor, so I buy positions at deep discount and then sell it at a profit. And typically, those can yield 100% plus gains. So I just think while day trading is attractive and it's marketable, with the chance of making $3,000 a day, the realistic chance that you're actually going to do that is slim to none. And more than likely, you're going to burn through account. I've tried it before. I've tried all those strategies, the YouTube, the TikTok, to this, to do the day trading. None of it fucking works. I've tried all of it. And maybe I just didn't stumble upon the right strategy. But like being so glued to the chart all day because you're watching price action, like that's just fucking boring to me. I don't want to sit around and watch it. And they're like, well, and then you have the people marketing it like, oh, you only need to sit there for 30 minutes. Yeah, bullshit. No, that's not how it works. You can prove me wrong, but I don't know. Doesn't seem right to me. So on Neo, this is another position I did get in. My next target on Neo is around $12, being that this is the wave 1, 2, and then the wave 3 should target $12 next. I got in, I think my cost average is like $5 and maybe $5 and I'd have to check. I think it's like $5.30, something like that for Neo. So looking pretty good so far, but do I think there's more downside on Neo? Possibly. And the reason I would say that is it does look like we're developing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave movement on this daily time frame here. And then we should expect an ABC down. So if I was to get into Neo, I would wait for that. Wait for this 5-wave move to be complete and then an ABC pullback. Say that we complete that 5-wave move at like $7, for example. Maybe not, maybe $6.50. Say we do it at $6.50. My next target would be $5.72 to $5.22 at the 0.382 to the 0.618. So Neo almost looks like it has this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're in the 5th, and then we should get an ABC pullback here, and then we'll have another, 5-wave move to the upside. So there could be more downside on Neo, based on the structure for sure. We had this strong bottom, and then we're kind of in this structure now, so I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, that's what I would be. But again, I'm not trading it short term. Like I'm not really looking to buy it and then sell it in a month. My next target is on the monthly time frame. That's what I'm trading on, not the daily. Like, yeah, you might think, oh, well, price is at $6, the next target's 12. My monthly time frame target is 93 for Neo. So this being the wave, I just messed that up. This being the wave 1, wave 2, and then the wave 3 is next. So my next target on it's $93, which I'm going to hold till 93. And I'll probably take out some profits at 58, take out some profits here, take out some profits here, maybe layer out on the way up, take out my principal, whatever price shows me, but 93 being my next target. Neo keeps rejecting at 609. I mean, it looks like it's in its smaller subwave 5, so that could make sense, and we should expect a pullback. But I don't try to time these things to a T. I buy it undervalued. Like, this is super undervalued from all-time high. So for me, it's more about risk to reward, less so trying to time it perfectly. What do we got here? So is SPY bottom? For me, no. I have more downside on SPY. SPY, I have till... What was my target on SPY? Well, SPY and SPX obviously are the same thing. SPX, my target is 5,600 is my next target on SPX. And my next target on SPY, I can look at the Russell in a second. I'll look at the Russell in a second, and then I'll look at SCI. My next target on SPY, ticker symbol SPY, let me increase that brightness there in the back. Let me do like 8%. Can you guys see that better? Can you see the SPY? Yeah, you can see that on there. Okay. So my next target on SPY is between 564. I don't think we'll see 481. That to me would be like a 2008 style crash. I don't think we see that yet. Is there a time where that could happen? Yes, but I don't think we see that. My next target on it would be between 564 and 523. It's possible we get to 481. It's definitely possible. It's not off the table, but realistically, we'll probably get an A wave down to maybe 600, 615. We'll get a B wave bounce. You know, maybe we get a shallow all-time high, and then we get a C wave down. That would be, for me, what's next. Or we get this A wave, B wave, and then C wave. But 564 to 523 being my next target on SPY. And then let's look at SEI. SEI USD. Crypto. Let me see here. Yeah, so unfortunately with SEI, we're waiting for price action to develop. You can see this looks like a lot of other cryptos, just big corrective wave. So if this was a wave 1, this can't be a wave 2 because price has gone below the starting point. So until further notice, SEI should just move in coordination with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues to come down, you know, SEI will probably continue to come down. Once we get the first impulsive wave off the low with the pullback too, we can chart out the 3, 4, 5. But until then, SEI is in corrective mode. Based on my strategy, like that's, you know, my strategy. So am I looking at the US Russell 2000? Is that what I'm looking at? Or is it the iShares Russell ETF? Which one am I looking at for Russell? Can you do... I see a P wave coming. I was always told long wicks on the candles are like magnets for price action. I think I've heard that before. It's possible for sure. Possible for sure. What up, Yellowstone? Hope not. I mean, I hate to be like, obviously I want to be on the other side of things, right? Like, I'm not sitting here trying to be like a bear and saying, hey, all prices are going down. You know, I'm not looking to be that type of person. It's just, honestly, with the way that price action is developing, like, that's just what it is. US Russell. Okay, so I'm assuming this one. That looks like it. Or am I typing that in wrong? Oh, here we go. US Russell 2000, right? Yeah, there we are. Okay. So let's go to the 3-month because we're going to need some more. We need more price action here. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of text messages. I'm doing those. So IOTA, yeah, we can do IOTA. I think IOTA just looks like it's correcting, but yeah, I can do it. Analysis of NVIDIA. What up, Kush? What's going on? Yeah, we can do. And I always pronounce it wrong. I know it's pronounced NVIDIA, but everyone's saying NVIDIA. So now we hit 63 on hood. So now up 300, right, Nick? 63 was my next target on it. Yes. Could we see to the 0.786? It's possible, but as far as from a deep value discount standpoint, 63 is looking very attractive, and then 300, yes, being my next target. But again, I don't try to time market bottoms. I am more so a dollar cost average in at levels as opposed to timing bottoms, but 63 was my next target, yes. Okay, so 3-month time frame on Russell. From what I see on it, I see this almost 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 with this ABC2. But then this being a wave 4, that comes down, I think, below that. No, it doesn't. I would analyze it based on this structure right here. So this being the low. So let's go to this structure because we had a huge decline. So let's analyze it from here. So right now on the Russell, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC pullback 2. And then this next target on the Russell would be right around 3,200 would be my next target on the Russell because we have this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up and then a wave 2. This looks like a wave 1, 2, and then we're in the 3 right now, which is actually pretty bullish for the Russell. Now the question is, let me see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then that can't be a 4. Yeah, I would do it from here. Okay, so then now what I want to do, now that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up with a decline, I want to analyze this structure and see what that looks like on the monthly. That doesn't look like an impulse. I mean, kinda. That price action looks weird off of those lows, but it does look like we have an impulsive wave 1, A, B, C, and then we're in the 3. But the next target on the Russell for me would be 3,200. That would be the next target on the Russell. Can you do VIX? There's certain things that are like, yes, we can do it, but I don't know if VIX, like, if the VIX follows, like, there's certain things that follow it and don't follow it. I would be curious to see what that looks like, but I mean, we can look at it. I wouldn't be opposed to looking at it. All right, let's see IOTA. What's the best chart for IOTA? Yeah, there's nothing on IOTA that I can chart. All it is a big corrective movement. The only thing we're waiting for is impulses off the low. No, I'm joking. Yeah, until we get the impulses off the low, this thing will probably just follow Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin's next move? Still downside. There's another one. Is it OKX maybe? KuCoin? I'm just seeing everything just straight down, unless I'm looking at the wrong one. Mexi? Yeah, everything that I'm seeing on IOTA is just straight down. Well, this isn't even IOTA. I'm not really seeing anything on IOTA, to be honest. Until we get impulses off the low, this thing's just in corrective territory. Yeah, I don't know why I can't see it. Like, there's really nothing showing more price action. But once we get impulses off the low for IOTA, I think from a fundamental standpoint, it'll probably do something like an XRP. I think people have been sleeping on it for a while, and then it'll have like an explosive move up. So once we get that off of the low, we get that, nice explosive move, then we'll wait for the pullback 2 and we can chart out the 3. But until then, I would just wait. Honestly, if you hold it, just wait. If you haven't purchased IOTA, I would say wait for the wave 1. But with, I think Nvidia, or however you pronounce this damn company, it's a good company. I don't mean it like that, but however you pronounce it, because there's so many ways you can pronounce it. But for me, we do have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up for Nvidia. So for me, the next movement down is a pullback somewhere between 134 to 87. That would be my next target for Nvidia, 134 to 87. Hype, yeah, we can look at hype. What price are you liking Microsoft at? I think we did Microsoft yesterday. I want to say. I'd have to look at it again. But it is a deep value discount for sure right now. What about HIMS? Yeah, we could look at HIMS. I mentioned him. My next price target on HIMS, I did a video of it last month, was 137. NVIDIA. HIMS, yeah, we can look at HIMS. As far as NVIDIA goes, like, I'm not saying NVIDIA, like, my next target after this correction, this ABC correction, right? Like, once we get the A, the B, the C, my next target on it's 437. Where's that coming from? I think I had that. If it goes down to the 0.5, my next target on it's 437, up there at the 1.618. But it needs a correction first, because we've had a 5-wave move. A correction's due. So something like this, and then we'll get an impulse. If we get something like PLTR and it comes down to the 0.382 and then bounces, it could be more a higher price target. Somewhere closer to 460, but more than likely we'll probably see the 0.5. Let's look at it on the weekly. I mean, the weekly doesn't show too much. Right now, it just looks like we have this A wave, B wave, and then we're kind of in the C wave down. Do we see the 0.32 and then we get a B wave bounce and then a C wave? The next target on it would be 134. If we see that for me would trigger a buy. 111 would trigger another buy. 87 would trigger another buy. That's kind of how I layer in. Me personally, I would wait. Again, do your own research, not financial advice. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but for me and the way that I operate and my strategy, I would wait for between the 0.382 and the 0.618. So my first buy trigger would be here. My second would be here. Third would be here. If we see something like 53, I would get another buy trigger there. But 134 and 64 cents would be the first buy that I would do. So I would wait. Hood, yeah, we can do hood. Is Bitcoin a good one? I do like Bitcoin. What was the other one? Hymns. I like hymns. I do. I think they got a lot of good stuff going from a fundamental standpoint. And this was the chart structure I was looking at. We had an extended third. What up, Gavs? Thank you for the roses. Holy shit. 27, 29, 30. Oh, shout out Gav. Shout out Gav's dad with the 32 roses. That's elite. But for me on hymns, we had a wave 1, a 2, and then this is the example that I'm talking about on Bitcoin when I say extended third wave. This is a great example of an extended third wave on hymns. Let me change the color to that. So this is the wave 1, wave 2, and then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 3, and then a 4 and a 5 blow off top. I know this chart's kind of scrunched, but this is the wave 4 and then the wave 5 here. And then you have this big ABC pullback on hymns. And so far on hymns, we've pulled down to, I want to say the low is at the 0.786. Yeah, we were just below the 0.786, and then it popped up. Again, my strategy, layer in between these so you capture, you could see on hymns, right? Like I'll show you when I zoom in. Look at hymns, right? Oh, I just messed that up. Hold on. Look at what hymns did after this 5-wave move. You had this A wave down that came all the way down to the point. You can't see that. Hold on. Let me move that there. And then let me move this over here. Okay. So you can see on hymns, we had this wave A that came all the way down past the 0.618. Look, we came past the 0.618. Then we had this ABC wave that came up to almost new all-time highs. And then we had another ABC move all the way down to the 0.786. That's why I say layering in between these levels is key, because we popped down to the 0.618 and then we popped up and then we popped all the way down to the 0.786. So if you would have bought here, bought here, bought here, and then bought here, your cost average would have just went down, and then you would have increased your share count and lowered your cost average. But my next target on hymns is, I don't have it on here. Let me redo it. Hold on. My next target on hymns is 127. That's my next target on hymns. Can we take a look at hood again to recap? Yeah, we can look at hood. I know there's a lot of people talking about hood, so we can go to hood. MSCR, that's what I'm looking to pick up is MSCR. What's your favorite AI crypto buy on a pullback? I don't know if EOS or VeChain is an AI. I have no idea, but EOS Network is one that I'm looking to pick up. Where's the chart? This one I'm looking to pick up is EOS. The reason behind it is just the chart structure on it. So we've had an explosive move up. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 move up. And then we have this ABC down. My next target on EOS is around $2, which is a pretty big price appreciation. But given the structure, I mean, we had a really big explosive move up. And then we should expect another, explosive move to the upside. So for me, that is one that I'm picking up, is EOS. And then another one I'm picking up is VeChain. Can you do RBRK? Yeah, we can look at that. Another one I'm looking up is VeChain, just based on the structure. I don't know if VeChain's considered AI, but this for me being, I don't have it labeled out for whatever reason. I erased it when we were on it. But this is the wave 1, this is the ABC 2, and then the wave 3 targets the 1.618 at 43 cents. Yeah, I like EOS. I like VeChain. They had really explosive moves, so I'm excited about that. And I don't know if they're considered AI though. Not gonna lie, I think Nvidia about to rip to 230. I mean, you can say that, but I disagree, unfortunately. What's the difference between scalp and day trading? I mean, day trading, you buy and then you close within inside of a day. Scalp is typically you're buying and closing within like 1 or 2 minutes. You're quickly in and quickly out, which for me, that whatever psychopath is doing scalp trading, y'all are crazy, because I can't sit at a chart like that. That is absolutely insane. I can't do that. When are you looking to buy VeChain? I'm waiting for the Bitcoin dip. So when Bitcoin dips, I'll buy, which will ultimately bring down altcoins. That's when I'll be dipping into the VeChain, the EOS. Also, MSTR is another one that I'm looking to pick up. So I have MSTR coming down. My next targets on it for the past month that I've been talking about is anywhere from $100 to $80. So in this $100 to $80 range, that's when I'm going to be picking up MSTR, and then 953 is my next target on that. This being the wave 1, wave 2, and then wave 3 is next. But MSTR I'll pick up when Bitcoin drops. Same thing with EOS and VeChain. Whenever Bitcoin drops, I'll pick those up. Is SPY correction done now? In my opinion, no. There's more downside on it. Partnership with Nick Cassesi. Click the meme coin and contract and bio. Credit to him for financial results. Don't click that. I don't know who that is. I have no partnership with the meme coin. Don't click that. EOS is AI. Yeah, so EOS, yeah, that's a good one. 127. Yeah, is that Frankie? Yeah, my next target on him is 127. Yeah. Well, I get this puzzle piece I gotta create on TikTok Live. What is this? Oh, I messed it up. Hold on. There we go. Ethereum. We can do Ethereum. And then we're gonna do Robinhood. So Ethereum looks pretty good too on the chart. We've had a really big, explosive, multi-year 5-wave move, being this the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the ABC, and then we're in the next explosive move up. So on the smaller time frame on the weekly, this is the next move that I've identified here on the weekly, is this 5-wave movement right here, this being the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this being the wave 2. The next wave for me is the wave 3 at 7,500. That's my next target on Ethereum. I do have more downside on Ethereum, probably one more leg lower, and then we see the pump up. That for me is just based on Bitcoin correcting, which will bring down Ethereum, which will bring down altcoins, which will probably bring down crypto-related stocks, and then that's what I'll look to get in. And then, but this week's going to bring volatility, guys. And then we've had a pump up right now, but I'm not too convinced that it's the bottom. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing changing with Robinhood right now. Again, it's at a deep value discount, from all-time highs. We basically came down and touched the 0.618, and then, we're retracing up now. The only thing is, this also could just be an A wave. Let me see. I mean, it's kind of an ABC wave right here. We have this being the ABCA, then a B, and then the C wave down. For me, I'm looking to buy MSTR and BMNR and SBET over Robinhood. But for those of you that like Robinhood, I've been charting it. The chart's great. It's phenomenal. So I might pick up some. But, this could be an A wave. We could get a B wave up, then a C wave down. Similar to like HIMS, right? You could also see that where this is the A, the B, and then the C. What'll determine what's next is the price action off of these lows. So if we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up, that's a great start. If we get an ABC, then what's next is another ABC. So we'll see what happens. But long term, my price target on this is like 300, which is a great risk reward. Coinbase? I like Coinbase too. Coinbase looks good. I mean, I do think with crypto related stocks, we could maybe see another pullback, but on the monthly chart, Coinbase looks really good. We have a 5-wave move on the monthly chart, this being the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then we have this ABC, and I think Coinbase actually pulled back to, right in between the 0.618 and the 0.786. We drop down here. My next target on Coinbase is 800. That's my next target on Coinbase. So Coinbase looks pretty good, presenting a pretty good opportunity. There's so many buying opportunities right now, y'all. Again, I've already allocated some funds to Circle, to Neo. I'm looking to pick up MSTR, looking to pick up SBET, BMNR, AOS, VeChain. Like, there's so many things I want to buy. It's just a matter of, what do I buy? So, QBTS, D-Wave Quantum. I mean, this, let me go to the weekly. Interesting. I'm trying to determine if this is a 1, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're in the ABC, or if this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I don't think that would make sense. If this has I want to see if this has a 5-wave move on it. Where's that low? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the start of the move. Okay. So you had this big low, and then you had this big impulse with this ABC 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so where did this thing correct to? I mean, yeah, you've already corrected to the 0.618, and then after that would be, $87 would be the next target on it. This being the wave 1, wave 2, and then wave 3. So we've already declined down to the 0.618, and it looks like we have this ABC movement. So, I mean, technically speaking, a bottom could be in. But we could also have further downside, just depending on what this structure looks like. Some of them are a little bit easier to diagnose than others. Like Bitcoin's structure is pretty easy to diagnose, whereas some of these other ones are hard. Like you have this big ABC wave, then this ABCA, B, ABCC, then you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. You probably have one more leg lower from what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense because this is the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you probably have one more dump lower. But nonetheless, I mean, it's great dollar cost averaging amounts, but you probably have one more dump lower, and then you start the uptrend to the upside would be what I would think, because this looks like some sort of flat correction with a 3-wave move, 3-wave move, and then a 5-wave move. So you probably have a little bit more downside, and then 87 would be next on QBTS. But it looks like a good option. Hood is following Spire Bitcoin. If Hood goes to $200, if Hood goes to 200, if Bitcoin goes to 200K, then Hood too. It's tough because, like, yes, there's correlation between Robinhood and Bitcoin. The only the only problem with that is Robinhood made a pretty big explosive move when Bitcoin made a corrective. I mean, there's some there's some correlation with Robinhood and Bitcoin, but they're separate charts. So it really just means, like, it's kind of like taking my Bitcoin. Everyone says, well, if Bitcoin hits 200K, MicroStrategy is going to hit X. While there's some validity to it, there still has to be, hey, this is a separate chart. We need to wait for wave movements. So there's some validity, but you also have to pay attention to the chart itself and not rely solely on Bitcoin. Now, with altcoins, for my example, like, they're already at such value discounts. With altcoins, when Bitcoin goes down, altcoins typically go down. It's, some are correlated, some are not. But, for me, I'm just waiting on Bitcoin to go down before I pick up altcoins. Can you do crowd? Is that CrowdStrike? CrowdStrike holding. Actually, one of my buddies works at CrowdStrike. I'd have to hit him up. If Coinbase is bottom, however, does it follow Bitcoin? Do you think more downside on Coin? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I do think that Coinbase, it popped pretty good. The only thing is it could have more downside. you know, given that if crypto goes down, Coinbase could go down, but it's already looks at a deep value discount. So it's more of a, let me start dollar cost averaging, and then, you know, from there, you're just picking up at lower prices, if that makes sense. We did Ethereum next target for me is 7,500 for Ethereum. I mean, for this, looking at the monthly time frame on CrowdStrike, it looks like this is the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and then we should get a 4-5, but I want to see what the... So we've already hit the 1.618 up here on the monthly. Let me go down to the weekly. Let's see what we got here. So... does that fulfill that? Come on, get right there. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, there's definitely a 5-wave move here. Then from these lows, the question is how much have we pumped so far? I mean, this is a big move down, so that's got to be something. This can't be a move. I mean, this is some level of a move here. Maybe a 1, 2. Wait a second. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC2. This price action looks weird, though. Like, that's the thing. There's so many overlapping price action. Like, this could be the 1, 2... This can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because that price action overlapped. Yeah, I mean, this looks so... I mean, let's go to the 3-month. I just want to see what it looks like on the 3-month. Because sometimes the higher price action, it can be a little bit easier to read. Like, this is definitely a 1. This is a 2. It almost looks like a 1, 2, 1, 2. That's kind of what it looks like, but it's hard to tell, honestly. Like, this price action's so weird. Like, this might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a 2. And then this right here is just maybe a 1, 2. But then you have too many 1, 2s, 1, 2. Yeah, I mean, this price action is tricky. Honestly, I like to keep investing simple. Like, when I see something like this and it takes me longer than 5 minutes to determine a wave count, I just move on. M for McDonald's. Scottish crypto, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, my strategy is 50% Bitcoin, 30% of my portfolio in like ETH, XRP, Solana, and then I do another 10% in large caps, and another 5 to 10% in small caps. That's kind of my my strategy. Papa Bear, what's going on? But yeah, when I look at CrowdStrike, like it's just this price action's not convincing me. Next target on Coins 800. Like, when I look at this, it's not as clean, and I'm getting frustrated with it, so I would just move on to a different one, to be honest. I like that. Lincoln Soul look pretty good. Lincoln Soul look pretty good, I gotta say. They really do. RBRK. Like, again, guys, I'm not perfect when I'm looking at these things. You gotta, like, I'm also human too. Like, I'm looking at the same thing you guys are. For me, I try to make investing as simple as possible. And if it takes me forever to figure out what the chart's doing, I'm going to force wave counts, and it's just not going to make sense. So there's not everything is crystal clear, which always makes it really hard. So you got to kind of rely on, you know, some fundamental analysis too when you do this, and look at, you know, other factors. But I mean, for me, even with this one too, like, this is a 1, this is a 2, but then you don't have a 3, 4, 5 follow through. You have this being the 1, the 2, maybe a 3, and then all this price action gets invalidated. While it is at a deep value discount from its all-time high, structurally wise, it's like, it doesn't provide me enough confidence, where this could be, you know, a wave 1, a wave 2, and then this is another 1, 2, but price has already invalidated this wave 1 and wave 2. So until we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move off of this thing, it's just in corrective territory. Tesla and MSTR only stocks I'm stacking, but prefer crypto. Yeah, I mean, crypto for me is, again, it's just personal preference. I think more people are coming around to it, but crypto is going to be the new financial system. Like, you know, once we get the the technology's there. It's just about adoption and getting everything in place. But crypto is the next. Obviously, not every crypto is going to survive regulation, right? Like, there's going to be cryptos that fall off the map, which is typical of every cycle. Like, if you go back to 2017, go back to 2020, and then now, like, there's some cryptos that were in the top market cap that are no longer here, you know, so that you got to factor that in as well. But crypto's the future, like, crypto's the next thing, like, the next financial system. Everything's going to be on the blockchain. Like, investing now is, they're trying to scare you away from crypto. They are, like, they're trying to get you out of crypto because they want to wait for you to buy it, you know, higher prices later on. Whereas you can get in really early right now. It's just my opinion. XRP I like. I have a lot of XRP. XRP, my next target on XRP is like $6. If I had considered Elliott Wave Theory, I wouldn't have round-tripped everything I've ever bought. I've done that. That's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've done that being in an emotional state around crypto, around, let's do hype and then Nike. Around crypto, especially crypto, because it has such big swings. But that's why I do what I do. Like, I want to prevent people from doing what I did back in the day, where, you know, you have these huge swings on assets and you're just not necessarily prepared for that type of volatility, and you can round trip a lot of things. You can get, you know, price action that pumps up 500% and you're like, oh, this thing's going to the moon, and then it declines 90 and then you lose all your money. So it's about having a strategy, having a plan. You know, you're never going to time things to the perfect absolute dollar amount. That's not what's important. What's important is buying undervalued positions. It's the Warren Buffett strategy. You buy low and you sell high. Like, it doesn't have to be this complex. It's just people decide to make it complex. My goal is to make investing as simple as possible and make sure that, you know, we make money. I don't give a shit if I time the bottom or time the top. I just want to make money. I don't care about anything else. Okay, so with hype, I struggle with hype. I do. The reason being is it's a newer token, and, you know, a lot of this price, like, you can see this price action is really, like, there's some validity to it, but it's hard to read. Like, there's not really clear movements. I mean, there's maybe this wave 1, 2, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe there is a 5-wave movement. So this being a wave 1 through wave 1, but then look at what's next. Then you get this, like, choppy grind up, then this wave down, and then this wave up. So, I mean, this could be the wave 1, this is the wave 2, and then we're in the wave 3. I mean, that's possible. And if that's the case, you know, the next target on hype would be $70. This being the wave 1, the 2, and then we're in the 3. The only challenge I see on this daily time frame, maybe not. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, the only challenge I see on the daily time frame is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is already invalidated, but you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move and this ABC. So this could be an extended third wave. So this could be a wave 1, a wave 2, and then this is a 1, 2, and then you get a 3, 4, 5, similar to this price action back here. Similar to this price action back here, where you had this, the wave 1, the wave 2, and then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, and then wave 5. It looks like it's developing another an extended third leg, which just gives you greater price action, which is really nice. But midterm target on it, I would say, would be, if I can get the thing to work, right at like 64. That would be my next midterm target. But when you're dealing with these high volatility, lower market cap, well, I mean, hype has kind of have a bigger market cap now. But when you're dealing with these high volatility stuff, you got to be prepared for things like that. But the next target would be around 64 on hype. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, absolutely. Would you invest more in Bitcoin or MSTR? For me, it's not a like. Here's the thing, guys. I'm more about a risk management, having proper risk management, having proper portfolio allocation. It's not where can I invest my money to make the biggest return. It's where can I invest my money confidently to make a return. You know, that at the end of the day is what's important. It's where can I risk my money, or where can I put my money with the least amount of risk and make a profit. That's what really it comes down to. It's not, hey, should I invest in EOS or Bitcoin because EOS suggests a 20x and Bitcoin's only a 5x. It's okay, where can I invest my money to make money? And then having high confidence in it, you know, your strategy, your plan. But I split it amongst evenly. Like I'm buying BMNR, I'm buying SBET, I'm buying Neo, I'm buying Circle, I'm buying EOS, I'm buying VeChain, but I'm splitting it up based on a percentage. Like I'm not throwing even amounts in all of them. I have a percentage that I do of my overall portfolio. So if I have $1,000 and I want to buy 5 stocks, I'm going to weight them differently because one may be more risky than the other. So you also have to factor in risk to reward and risk management. So I hope that helps. Nike. Nike's got such long price action. We're going to have to go to like the 6-month chart on this to see what we're working with here. What a massive decline, though. All right, let's see. So, I mean, Nike on the 6-month looks like it has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement up for a wave 1. This being the wave 2 back in 2000. So what would be the target on that? We probably already overshot it, but I'm just curious what it would be. If I can get the... Why won't the thing go there? All right. Yeah, I mean, we well overshot it. But this being a wave 1, a wave 2. Now the question is of this price action, you know, what have we had so far? It looks like we have this wave 1, wave 2. Wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and then this wave. So that looks like the third wave, and then we've declined pretty significantly since that low. And you can see on the structure, it has this A wave, B wave, C wave. Now the question is, this being the wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4. I want to analyze this structure to see what that looks like on the monthly time frame. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, so Nike is in an interesting spot right now, meaning you have this wave 1, you have this wave 2, wave 3, you're currently in the 4, and then you have one more leg to go for the wave 5 on a massive time frame, right? Like it's a massive time frame. So the next target on Nike, and again, you're just gonna have to wait till price action comes out to evaluate, you know, what happens next, but the next target on Nike would be like 258 would be my next target on Nike for the wave 5. But as this price action develops, if I can get the tool to work, as we get these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves up, it can also extend too. You can see that in the wave 3 on a long time frame for the wave 3. And you can see these movements pretty clear on the 6-month too. Like you can see this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 2, and then you have this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, then you have this ABC4, and then you'll get another 5th. So Nike's due for another wave up. I think right now, from a deep value perspective, you know, we're almost down to the 0.786 on Nike. I'm waiting for bull run. It's been 3 months now. Yeah, I mean, the bull run for crypto will hit. It's just a matter of time. So if you look at like Nike on the 3-month time frame, you can see it a little bit more clear. You have this A wave, B wave, and then C wave down. We're already at deep value discounts for Nike, but I do think that this thing's got some legs for the 5th wave for sure. Because I'm trying to see what this looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, so maybe it has a little bit more room to the downside. Maybe. Maybe Nike comes down to the 0.786, but as far as long term, now is a great buy. Some have been waiting for 3 years. What up, Ace? So yeah, I mean, I bought a lot of cryptos in 2022. Like that's when I started allocating after that huge drop. So yeah, it's been 3-4 years now that some of the prices has some of them have taken off and I've taken profits. Like Solana off the 2022 lows, I made a 6x. Fetch, I made a 5x. Render, I made like an 8x. So like I've already taken profits on those, and then obviously the other ones that have not necessarily had the explosive moves off the lows yet. I'm just waiting to take profits on those. Injective, I should have taken. Zcash 28x, fuck yeah. The like XRP, I could have taken profits, but it didn't make sense to just from the structure. Neo chart looking good. Yeah, Neo looks good. I like Neo. I do think Neo's going to look pretty good. Did today's price movement in Bitcoin mean we bottom? No. For me, no. I can look at it again, but no. SMR, I know someone has... What is SMR? New power? Oh, wait. This is 3 month. Let me go to the monthly. Okay. Let me go to the weekly. So again, like this structure, no, because we invalidated that. I was gonna say this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 2, wave 3, 4, but then we invalidated. So this structure has been invalid. This was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 2, wave 3, and then ABC 4, and then this invalidated the wave 1, so this can't be a wave 5. So there's not much on this one, to be honest. Structurally wise, not sure. Fundamental wise, it might be a good investment, but from an Elliott Wave standpoint, there's really no telling. Really no telling where this will go. The only thing that's going to determine what will happen is what happens off the low. That's really what's going to happen. For this, it's just it's waiting for impulses off the low. Is it a little too late for Neo entry? I mean, from a long-term standpoint, no, in my opinion, because my next target on a long time frame is 93, so no. But if you're not willing to weather the, like, again, like it all depends on your risk tolerance, your time horizon. Like if you're looking to buy now and sell in a couple months, then I would say, yeah, there's probably maybe one more dip lower. So I would avoid, but I'm not looking to sell this thing for maybe a year, 2 years. But, we've had this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're in the 5th leg. We should get an ABC after this. So I would say maybe wait for that. If you wanted to get a Neo, wait for this 5 leg and then the ABC and then buy in this zone right here and then, the next move. But long term, I mean, we're already at a deep value discount, so it's not necessarily a bad spot. I went from poor to multimillionaire because of Zcash, and I owe it all to Christ. I love it. I love it. Jesus Christ is Lord, man. He is Lord. That is one of the things that I struggled with a lot, was giving him power over my finances, and got to surrender to him and let him do his work. Can we check fast? Can we check fast here? What is that? Sparsh, what is that? Is that a yes, sir? It's harder to do it's harder to do fast thought. Yeah, we can do that. It's harder to do than meets the eye, right? Like, getting your, I mean, faith is really important to me, but like succumbing to your flesh and not letting your flesh dictate things and truly surrendering to Christ is really hard to do. But I pray every day that I can continue to do that. But he's put me on such a journey over the past 3 years. He's healed me of my IBS. He healed me of my he showed me the way to do it, but it required a lot of discipline. But I healed my IBS, I healed my gut issues, I healed a bunch of different things, healed my mindset, renewed my mind. Like, I feel like a completely different person right now than I did a couple years ago, which is amazing. What was it? Fast stock? What was that? Fast? Is this it? Fastenal? Oh, this has got a lot of price action. Okay, so we're going to need 6 months. Oh, wow. Okay, this thing's got a lot of price action. I mean, this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 with a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it looks like we have this being the wave 1, the wave 2, and then we're in the wave 3. I'm curious what that price target is on that. So we've already extended way past the 1.618, but this being the wave 1, at least it looks like it, because we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction down. I wonder how far that corrected. If I can get, there we go. Yeah, so that corrected down to the 0.5, which makes sense. So wave 1, wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on the monthly, does that also make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then of the 5th, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you should. This is the 1, 2, 3, and then you get an extended 5th wave. So there's probably one more leg up, and then we get the corrective 4 on the 6 month. That's what it looks like. And then, oh wait, where was the start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you would get a correction. You know, say we pump up a little bit more to like maybe 60, then you would get a correction between 38 to 25. That'd be the next. That'd be the next one. Love it. Yes, sir. That too. I mean, I'm married now, so it's a little bit different, but yeah, that too. 100%. Gotta get away from porn, y'all. Gotta get away from porn. It's gonna ruin your mind. What's IBS? Oh, so it's a stomach disorder. It's called irritable bowel syndrome. I had it. I had tons of gut issues. Like, I lost 20 to 30 pounds back in my day, and it ruined my life. Like, it was terrible, but I had stomach issues for years, and I eventually healed it. And now I don't have IBS anymore. I don't have gastritis, which is another stomach issue. I had eczema. I had a little bit of depression, but not much. And then I had all these other things back in the day, and I healed everything. No fat gang. Hell yeah. Now we're getting off topic from crypto. Same here, brother. Thank the good Lord. Absolutely, Topper. Absolutely. Great to hear, Nick. Healed my chronic shoulder. Yeah, 100%. Do you believe all stocks operate on this scale on one time frame or another? It depends on the structure of the chart, but yes. I mean, when I look at stocks, like Fast has so much price action going back to 1987. In order to, like, if you were to go on the monthly time frame, like, it's a little bit harder to see all the movements, whereas with these, because we have, like, what, how much price, what's that, 2026, 20 years, like 50 years worth of price action, like, you kind of have to go to the 6 month time frame to see everything and see the wave count. Same with, like, Nike. But for, like, a newer stock like Robinhood, where it's only been out for a little bit, look at the 6 month. You know, it looks like this. You don't really get much. But on the 6 month, it looks like we have this being the wave 1 and then the wave 2, right? So you can see that this looks like a 1-2 on the 6 month. But when you go down to the monthly on Robinhood, you see it more clear, right? You get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the ABC pullback. So it just depends on how much price action it has. Glad you're doing better now, brother. Same, man. Same. It was not fun. It was not fun. Health is number one. Yeah, that was the first thing I healed. Was I was in a shit job. Like, my job was just shit. I had a toxic boss, all this stuff. And I don't think that was contributing to my stomach issues, but that was like the first thing I fixed. Is like, okay, I fixed my stomach issue. that it really, the stomach issues that I had lasted from 2018 all the way to 2020, no, like 2019 going into 2020 all the way into 2025. So it was like 5 years of stomach issues. I was lactose intolerant. I couldn't drink milk. I can drink milk now. I can eat whatever dairy product I want now. I can eat peanuts again. I can eat almonds, cashews, oats. Like, I had all these food allergies too because of my stomach. Healed all that stuff. Stomach was healed. Mind was healed. Body was healed. Then I focused on, well, no. Body was healed first. Then I focused on healing my mind. And then after that, then I started, getting my mind right, getting my spirituality right, like focusing on discipline, doing all the hard work, things like that. I ate a carnivore diet, no processed food, did wonders for me, 100%. I'm a big fan of like organic, non-processed foods. I mean, obviously organic's more expensive, so it's give and take, right? But no processed food's a big thing in our household. Like, we don't really eat a lot of stuff, my wife and I both included, and ever since doing that, it changed my life. I had IBS, but been using medical cannabis and CBD, and it's almost gone completely, saying that I haven't come off it for 3 years, but it works, so I keep using it. Yeah, that's what I did too, Scottish. So during that period of time when I had like really bad stomach stuff, I was utilizing that stuff, and it was helping. But anytime I would get off of it, all the problems would come back, and I was like, okay, I have two options here: continue doing this for the rest of my life, or try to fix it. And then I went off it. And then I ended up fixing my gut issues, eating a lot of fermented foods, eating a non-processed diet, eliminating like a lot of alcohol-based beverages, especially beer. Beer messes up your stomach. All the pesticides and herbicides in it, it's just going to mess up your stomach. So I got off beer, mainly drink wine now, mainly organic wines. I'll have a tequila every now and then, but like a non-processed diet, a lot of fermented, probiotic-rich foods. Working out helped me a lot too, but just giving it time to heal and giving your body the right conditions to heal helped me a lot. Okay, well, that being said, what time is it? Is it 8 o'clock already? Damn. I don't drink. Yeah, I rarely do now. Like, I rarely drink now. I'll have some wine, every now and then, but other than that, just water. Yeah, I got my water right here. Okay, let's do one more. Let's look at one more stock here, and then I'm probably going to get off because it's already 8 o'clock. Or maybe I'll do a couple more. We'll do a couple more. World Liberty Financial. I don't know if there's enough price action on World Liberty Financial. Is it Binance? Yeah, like there's not enough price action on this to really determine what's next. Until we get impulses off the low, it's not really sure. CIFR. Cipher Digital. Okay. Who we got here? That doesn't really look impulsive. I mean, maybe a 1, 2. No. This to me doesn't. This looks all corrective. I mean, I'd have to go to the daily time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. That'll show us some more price action, probably make it a little bit more clear. Yeah, so that looks a little bit more clear. This to me looks like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then we're in the 2. So let me see what that pullback looks like. I mean, you could see right here, look how long we chopped on this 0.5. And that's why I say the 0.5 to the 0.618 level is so attractive for stocks. I mean, look, boom, right to the 0.5, came up, bounced again, came down, bounced again, came up, and now we're kind of, popping below that. I'm not much of a pattern guy. Like, I don't really chart patterns, but if anything was to look like a bull flag, this looks like a bull flag. You had this big move up with this sort of flag pattern here, right? I'm not a pattern guy, but it definitely looks like a flag. So, but as far as where I mean, we're sitting at the 0.5, maybe we get the 0.618, but really anywhere between $13 to $10 is a decent dollar cost average zone. What up, Web? How are you? Can you do Bitcoin, bro? Yeah, we can do Bitcoin. Link, yeah, we can do Link. Let's do Link and then Bitcoin. But yeah, I mean, as far as this one goes, I would say anywhere between $13 to $10 would be the next zone that I would pay attention to from a dollar cost average. If the bottom's in from right here, $50 would be the next target. So a pretty good trade. I mean, if you came down to $10, that's a nice 5x. So that one's looking pretty good. Let's do, what was it, Bitcoin and then the Chainlink. There's really not much for Bitcoin, guys. Like, I'm just waiting for this move to develop. We covered two different moves on what I think is next, just based on the structure. I don't really, the only thing that I see is this could be an ABC wave, and then this could be another ABC wave, and then we get the drop. That's possible. This could be a wave 1 with a wave 2, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC pullback 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, that would be on the smaller time frame, but this is either an extended third wave or an ABC. Those are the two options. The key invalidation level would be $72,026, being this would be an ABC and then an ABC and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a wave 1, 2, and then you get this extended third wave, then you get a 4, and then you get the 5. So that's kind of what's next on Bitcoin, in my opinion. We just got to wait and see. We just got to wait and see. Until price action tells us the story, we just got to wait and see. Chainlink, yeah, we can do Chainlink. Tal below 200 if Bitcoin hits 55. So you're basically saying anything can happen and you have no idea where it's going. No, I'm saying you have to evaluate this in terms of probabilities. You have to look at this price action and say, okay, what's next? And based on the structure, we're still waiting for a 5-leg move down. We've had the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and then we're waiting for the 5th. Until that happens, the structure is not valid. So either this is the extended third wave and we get the bottom, meaning we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, bottom's in. Or we get the ABC and then an ABC and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move. Those are the two scenarios. If 72,026 is hit, then this is a corrective wave, and then we get the dump. So those are the two scenarios that's next, based on the structure. You just got to wait and see. You got to play in terms of probability. This is a 5-wave move down. This is also a 5-wave move down, which could suggest that this is an ABC zigzag, and then we have another ABC, and then the dump. Or we have the extended third wave followed by the wave 5. So those are the two scenarios. And then let's go to Link. Good old Chainlink. Again, with these altcoins, guys, like, in my opinion, whenever you get Bitcoin dump, like typically altcoins dump, so it really just depends on how far that dump goes. But my next target on Chainlink is $90. You know, could we see some more downside? Sure. If we go below this stack right here, if price action comes down here, then this means that this was the ABC A wave, the ABC B wave, and this would be the ABC C wave, and then we get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Nonetheless, $90 is next on Chainlink. So, I mean, on the monthly time frame, it does actually kind of look like that, right? You have this 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up, then a 3-wave move down. Then we get the pump, which will send Chainlink kind of skyrocketing. So, you know, at $8 right now, from a risk to reward standpoint, that's pretty good. You know, looking at $90 being next. And from a discount standpoint of where we're currently at, you know, we're already well past the 786 retracement. And you could see the price, you know, came down to the 0.786, bounced up to the 382, came below again, bounced up to the 0.618, came to the 786, came to the 0.5, came to the 786, came to the 0.5, and is retraced lower. So these levels, that's why I talk about these levels all the time, because price typically reacts to these prices between the 382 to the 786. So that's why my strategy is geared around layering in, you know, at these levels. But that's kind of what's next for Chainlink. It's kind of what's next for Chainlink. Okay, so I think I agree. Yeah, I mean, you got to play things in probability. If everyone thinks that you're going to guess things to an absolute T, they have no idea what they're doing. After Bitcoin, Link is my top crypto pick. Used to be XRP. I don't the dev. Yeah, I like XRP just from a structure standpoint. I'll finish with. What about the 0.882 and the 0.941? I mean, yeah, it's possible too. I mean, I didn't throw it on there, but those are possible. But those are not really ones that I pay attention to be honest. Then I would just be getting too technical with it, and I want to make investing simple. I don't want to complicate it. Like, I think too many of us try to be too technical to be like an expert. You're never going to time these things to the perfect T. You're not. It's too volatile. You're never going to be able to time that. You're never going to be able to time these things to a perfect T. You can only gauge based on probability where they're going next. That's the thing that I think a lot of traders and investors get, at least the technical ones that want to, get so technical with it, like, dive into the 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 minute chart and say, based on this, I'm seeing that, like, you're never going to get it right 100%. If anything, stick to the monthly, stick to the weekly, keep it really simple, and you'll do fine. But as far as my next target on XRP, this is the wave 1 with the ABC 2, and then $6, right around $5 to $6 is my next target. So 50K Bitcoin would get $5 to $6 Link. So potentially, yes, they're correlated, but it doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, if Bitcoin goes to 50K, Chainlink's going to go to 5. There also could be an opportunity where it holds up better than Bitcoin, meaning Bitcoin drops 10%, and because Chainlink's down whatever percent, it doesn't retrace that low. So there's also that probability as well. You got to factor that in. But as far as like probabilities go, $5 to $6 could be a potential, yeah, for sure. But again, I like to keep it simple. That's why when I look at charts, I'm like, okay, does this thing have clear movement? Or is this just like this choppy ass price action? All right, if it is, I move on. There's many more opportunities out there. Have you looked at Snap yet? No, I haven't. All right, we'll finish with Snap. And then I'm going to call it a night. Yeah, so unfortunately with Snapchat, this could have been the wave 1 with the wave 2, but since price action retraced lower than the starting point of wave 1, it is now invalid. The next thing to do would be a 5-way move and then an ABC. Until that happens, we're just in corrective mode on Snap, unfortunately. I mean, it did look like we had a 5-way move on, well, kinda, but since this is invalid, it doesn't really matter. Chainlink has a high correlation to Ethereum. Thoughts on Fetch AI? Yeah, I mean, if again, my thesis is Ethereum's going to go down one more time, so that could bring Chainlink down. To the exact price, it really just depends, how low it gets. But at the end of the day, again, keep it simple. We don't got to complex. Investing's complex as it is. Just keep it simple. What's the goal? Make money. What's up, Richard? Have you done render yet? Let's do render. Yeah, we can do render. Richard, you always seem to come into the live. Maybe it's just the time zone you're in, but I feel like you always come to the live whenever we're getting ready to get done with the live. But I'm happy to stay on because you've been here since day 1, so I wanna respect that and honor that. Why am I not seeing more render? RNDRUSD. Is it Bitstamp? Is that the one with the most price action? Gemini? Well, they kind of look the same. I think Bitstamp's the next one. Okay, so on the weekly chart on render, you have sort of this structure. We're in a wave 2, so that's good. But you have this one, ABC 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So you have this massive wave 1 up here. Then you have this ABC A wave, ABC B wave, and then this C wave down. And you can already tell from render, I mean, just looking at the chart, we're deep value, lower than the 0.786. So from here, factoring in Bitcoin going lower might bring render down a little bit more. But say the lows were in here at $1. The next target on it's $23, which from current prices is, what, a 20x or something like that. 12x, I guess. Yeah, 12x from current prices. So a pretty good trade. But on the daily time frame, I don't really see any impulses off the low yet. I mean, maybe this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have one more leg up, and then you have an ABC dump. That's possible, but on the longer time frame, given that we're at such a value discount from all-time high, we've had this 5-wave move up with this 3-wave move down. The next target's about 23. Would be my next target. Oh yeah, gold. We can do gold. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate you, buddy. Absolutely, Topper. I appreciate your support. I'm gonna throw money at Render. I think it pumps hard on Bitcoin to 200K. Yeah, I mean, I got into Render around here. I think I got in Render here, and then I sold Render. I think somewhere. I want to say like here. I got like an 8x out of Render or something like that. It was like a 7 or 8x. I took this wave up and I sold it. In hindsight, could I have bought more down here or held through and then waited? I mean, sure, but I felt good with the 8x, so I took profits. Yeah, not going to matter if you get Link at 6 or 8 if we go to 50 or 90. Yeah, exactly. That's why I focus more on like the long-term time frame, because like in the grand scheme of things, that's what I always talk about too with like risk to reward, right? If you buy at $8 and your risk is, all right, I'm going to go from $8 to $6, but your reward is I'm going to go from 8 to 90. Are you really going to care? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of pinching pennies at that point. It's like, okay, I might factor in a little bit of short-term pain, but long-term gain is going to be really good. Long-term Tau. I like an 800% on my money. Yeah, 100%. This is Render Near protocol. All right, we'll do Near and then we can do Tau. Near and Tau, and then I'm cutting it. Near and Tau, and then I'll be back on tomorrow because I want to get some. I want to relax a little bit before I go. Let me remove this, then we can start over before tonight. Okay, what did I have on Near protocol before? I know we did Near protocol. Interesting. So I'm looking at this structure right here on the weekly, or maybe the daily. Let's see the daily. Because sometimes you need the daily price action to determine. Maybe this is the 1, the 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that can make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I mean, that'd be a really small one, but technically speaking, it fits. 1, 2, and then you get the 3, 4, 5, and then we're kind of just in the wave 2 on Near protocol. It looks like a massive wave 1 with this A, B, C corrective structure. That's kind of what it looks like on Near. Is you just have like this big, almost W shaped. You have a big wave 1 with this ABC. I do own Near protocol. I do own it. My next target on it would be around $19. Well, no, that wouldn't make sense because it wouldn't. Well, this thing would have to really pump because then you would get this to be a 1, a 2, and then a 3. You'd have to pump really high in order to get the 4 or 5. So for me, it would just be wait for the impulses off the low. And then from here, we can determine, what's next. That would be me, the better risk to reward. I do own Near. I like the protocol from a fundamental standpoint. We looked at some of the fundamentals on Near on Token Terminal yesterday, and they looked really good from like a revenue standpoint and stuff. So like they're doing well and they're increasing their productivity and whatnot. But once we get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, then we'll chart out the 3. That for me is what would be next with Near protocol. All right, let's do Tau one more. Let's do Tau, and then I'll end the stream on Tau. And like I said with Tau, you guys that have been here, what did I say on Tau? I said expect to pull back to at minimum 288 to 261, potentially 233. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. Expect an ABC pullback. I was talking about that now for about a week. I said expect somewhere between 288 to 233. for this pullback, and then the next wave up is 639. So those are my next targets for Tau, is 288 to 233, and then 639 would be my next target. But yeah, I hope that helped. I do like Tau. I think it's a good fundamental project. And my next bigger, the larger target on Tau is about 1,000 or 1,300, I think, something like that. Let me see. Yeah, 1,300 is my larger target, but it looks really good. I mean, you have a big wave one, this sort of A, B, C, D, E corrective structure, impulse off the low. We should get a pullback to 288 to 233. Then we'll get the next target up to about 639, potentially more, but 1,300 being my next target. So it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I just started today. I want to learn, do you know how to make money quickly? Well, I appreciate that question, and that's a good question. My philosophy is quick money leaves Vegas. Yeah, go throw it on black in Vegas. I am more so of a long-term wealth building like mindset. Again, faith is a big importance to me. It talks about in scripture all the time, quick money fades. So I would focus more on building systems, building a process, building a scalable investment strategy to make money over the long term, as opposed to getting rich quick. That typically fades very quickly, if I'm being honest. And you don't necessarily have the mindset to master. You know, if you can't handle a $1,000 account, you won't be able to handle a $10,000 account. If you can't handle a $10,000 account, you won't be able to handle $1 million account. You got to be able to handle 1,000 in order to be blessed with 10. Then at 10, you got to be able to manage that. It works the same. You got to have the same mindset, no matter how much money you have in the trading account or investment account. You treat it the same way. But any books? Oh, I ordered the book you recommended. This one, Elliott Waves Made Simple. Elliott Waves Made Simple is phenomenal book. It provides you everything you need to know. I mean, obviously you got to apply it, and you got to be able to like practice and things like that, but it really gives you all the tools you need to be successful in terms of looking at the market and analyzing a market, which is really cool, right? Then you can use what you learned and say, wow, like this is some cool stuff. I mean, at least when I started learning it the first time and I started looking at markets, I'm like, what the hell? Like this, like there's no way that markets move like this. And then you actually see it repeating and repeating. I mean, patterns repeat, right? That's why the market does what it does. It's rooted in investor psychology, which is, again, kind of why the market moves the way that it moves. So I hope it's helping. It sounds like there was a lot of other people that had bought it and it's helping them, which is really cool. So I would recommend that. It's $10 on Amazon. Like, you go to Amazon, order it for $10, and it gets there in 2 days. It's a 100-page book. Like, you can literally read you can read this thing in like 4 days, 3 days. I mean, it's literally 100 pages, and it's like big writing too. Like, look at the size of the writing in this thing. You could finish this page in 30 seconds. So if you want to level up your investing and just overall investment strategy, I'd recommend that for sure. I think ETH is going up. What do you think? For me, I have more downside on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So for me, short term more downside, but long term good. Elliott Waves Made Simple by Steve Sinclair. That's the book. Elliott Waves Made Simple, Steve Sinclair. For those of you on YouTube, Elliott Waves Made Simple, Steve Sinclair. I won't forget about Twitch because y'all are there too, and Kick. But this is the book. It's phenomenal. It's great. It's awesome. Amazing stream again, Nick. Very much appreciate it. Absolutely, yeah. I appreciate that. I'm trying to factor in new stuff, like and trying to be less repetitive, I guess is the word. Trying to factor in some new things. Trying to figure out, maybe ways that I can incorporate maybe some other stuff rather than just looking at charts. Like maybe we can do like some fundamental analysis, or scanning for new stocks, or just things to kind of spice it up. But I always have a great time, so it's fun. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all for the support. If you guys are interested, obviously, do what you want. It's really up to you. This is not like a paid promotion for my Discord because it's free. But if you want to join the Discord, we have about 100 members right now. I got to check to see what we're at now. But we have a community building in the Discord. It's free. We have like a community chat. We got a sports channel. Like we kind of just mess around in there. And you know, people will go in there and recommend trade ideas and other things. So if you want to be part of that, feel free to join it. If you don't, that's totally fine. If you don't know what Discord is, then that's another learning lesson. But yeah, if you want to join and be a part of the community, feel free to join that. Nick, is Bitcoin making HNS at the moment? Head and shoulders? So I don't trade patterns. Like, that's just not something that's factored into my strategy. So I know what head and shoulders is. I just don't really trade it. For me, it's more so I gear it. My technical analysis style is all Elliott Wave Theory. So I just use that. I don't really like to incorporate anything else because it confuses me. And again, I want to keep investing really simple. So I just feel like so much of investing is trying to make it more confusing and more complex than it needs to be. I just like to buy low and sell high. I mean, that's really what I like to do. Next target 58. Yeah, somewhere between the 60 to 50K region still remains my target. That hasn't changed for a month and a half now. But yeah, somewhere around 63 to 58 is the next target that I'm looking at on Bitcoin. We'll see if we get that. Obviously, with what we did today and looking at the structure of it, like I'll show you the last chart and then I'm going to hop off. So there's really two scenarios I'm tracking with Bitcoin. Both the structurally wise, we still need one more dump lower. So even if Bitcoin pumps up, for me, it doesn't really matter. I'm still waiting for this dump. So right now we have this structure, right? Which is either an ABC zigzag corrective formation, and then we get an ABC to the upside, and then we get the dump. So that's scenario one. Or scenario two is this is an extended third wave, and we get a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's sort of what's next. It's either extended third wave with a dump, or this is an ABC, and then we get an ABC, and then we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are really the two scenarios I'm tracking. If price decides to go above $72,026 for me, that would mean this is the ABC, and then we should expect an ABC and then a dump. So that's kind of what's next. That's kind of what's next for me. And I mean, ideally, I would love for this to be, you know, the dump lower and then we just complete the structure. But if we get something like this and then we dump, it's just going to prolong. Like, I mean, we're just going to correct in this structure for, I mean, we've already been in the structure for, how long have we been in this structure so far? 55 days. So, you know, do we prolong this corrective structure and then we dump? You know, price action will tell the story, but right now my two scenarios are this is an A wave, an ABC wave, then we get another ABC wave, and then we get the dump, or this is an extended third wave, and then we get the 4-5. Those are really the two stuff. But yeah, it's been almost 2 months that we've been in the corrective movement. Whenever you have a chance, another day, please look at Coinbase. Yeah. Well, Coinbase, my next target on Coinbase is 800. But yeah, we can. We'll look at that tomorrow. I'll be live same time tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be live tomorrow, so don't worry. We'll pick up on some charts tomorrow. I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. And again, if you want to join the Discord, feel free to join that. I'm building a community in there of like-minded people. So if you join, look forward to seeing you there. If not, no worries. I'll see you on the stream tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good rest of your night. All right, end this stream here.